Okay, so today is magsa-simulate tayo ng isa na namang control. So ngayon, ang isa-simulate natin is reverse forward motor controls. So now, proceed tayo sa Google, maghanap tayo ng diagram, ladder diagram. So in this case, ayan, sa search, and then you have to proceed here, this one. So this is the diagram we are going to simulate. So ayan, credits to the YouTube
This is
creator.
our control circuit for
Control circuit for forward and reverse motor control. So what are the application? Motors that can run in forward and reverse are commonly used to open and close doors and valves. They are also used on metal cutting machine and fabricating workshop. Another common use is to drive battery power for clips. Many of application is in textile industry.
of this for a reverse motor is they are commonly used to open and close doors and valves. Another common this
Okay, so this diagram, given the diagram. So this side is the power circuit and this side is the control circuit. So this is the three-phase circuit breaker or fuse, then the overload, and this one, this is the forward normally open contacts, and then this is the reverse normally open contacts. So the phase reversion is because the two phases was interconnected, so that's why the motor is reverse. On the forward, the Y is in a proper connection. In the reverse, in the reverse direction, the line 2 is connected on the line 3 of the motor terminals. So we'll see in the simulation if the motor will reverse. So in the control circuit, this is a typical control composed of stop button, push button for forward, push button for reverse, and then the two contactors for reverse and forward, and then the normally closed contact of overload protection. So in this case, we have to proceed in our simulator, and we'll see if this circuit diagram will works. So let's proceed here. Then let's insert a three-phase motor, three-phase induction motor. So this one. Okay. We have to insert AC power, three-phase as well. Okay. Then we have to insert stop and start push button. Push button, start. Okay. Let's finish first the power circuit. So let's provide the description here. Power circuit. So this is the power circuit. Okay, let's finish this first. So we have to provide normally open contacts, triple. This is the triple normally open contact here. Then we have to rotate 90 degree. Okay. We have to connect here. connection, we provide labels on the contact points or the contacts. It's even auxiliary or main contacts. In this case, these three open contacts is the main contacts of the contactor. For reverse and for this case, this contact is for let's label it later. Okay, so another triple contact normally open again for reverse. So let's rotate it again. So let's proceed on the control circuit. Let's insert neutral for control circuit, and then line 1 for this is the neutral for circuit, and then another line 1 for in this case the line 1 is letter T, and then the S is line 2, R is line 3, so T. Okay, we can put the line 1 here, or we can directly connect these controls here. So in this case, you will directly connect on this to get the supply. Okay, so you have to provide a start push button, then you have to provide stop to stop the flow, and then another start button for reverse. Okay, and then normal one contactor for reverse or forward, one contactor for reverse. So another normally open contact for the holding coil of start, and then normally open contact for the holding coil of reverse, then close, normally close contact for what's the purpose of this? This is the purpose of this is to interlock, electrical interlock, so the motor will not run in this at the same time. So we have to provide another normally close contact here. Okay, in this case, let's put a label. This is forward, and then this is reverse contactor. This is for reverse, and this one is for forward. So it is for what's this? Reverse push start. And then this is for forward start, and this one is for stop of both motors. Okay, we forgot to provide let's provide pilot light for start and stop. Okay, so lamp for reverse and lamp for forward. Okay, in this case we have to provide lamp for stop as well, or for trip, let's say start and stop only. We will not provide light for overload, since there's no overload on this component, assuming that there's already built-in overload relay. For now, let's connect it in the power circuit. You have line 1. So this is stop button will be connected here. Stop connected on the start forward in the contact here, then here at the neutral for the line 2. Then this open contact will be connected in parallel with the forward start push button. Why? Because this will serve a continuity of flow current from line 1 going here to here to here. So the forward contactor will remain energized even if the forward push button will open. So we'll provide a label here at for forward, normally open. This one is auxiliary contact of this contactor. Okay, and then this reverse, you have to connect it in parallel here as well. So okay, the same connection with the forward. Okay, okay, this one is the lamp for forward. You all have to do is to connect it in parallel with the contactor, and then this one is connected in parallel as well. Okay, so let's provide the reverse, and then this one is for stop. Okay, let's connect it here. Then this one is the holding contact for reverse. So this is the normally open contact, auxiliary contact of this reverse contactor. So let's parallel it with it. So in this case, our motor can run forward, but the reverse, since this is not yet what's that, we will provide another close contact here. This is another close contact. So connected is here is this contact is connected on the main contactor, assuming forward. Let's provide the two open contacts here. So when the motor of reverse is running, this will off. Okay, another normally open close contact in series. Okay, okay, then you have to connect it here. Then let's provide color. This is red since it's stop. This one is green. For forward, let's say we have to provide a color of green as well. Okay, this contact is interlocking, so when the reverse motor is running, the forward will not run at the same time, so for safety purposes. And then vice versa, when the forward is running, the reverse will not run because it will open, the same with this. So in this case, we can start the forward, but since this is reverse, let's put this one is reverse. So for reverse, this one is for forward. Okay, and then this is for, what's this, motor. And So in this case, we can start. Mhm. Let's install this reverse open contacts of the contactor. This one, this contactor. So how do we reverse three-phase motor? We just interchange the two other terminals. So in this case, let's check on the this case, these two terminals, line 1 and line 2, was interchanged. So we'll just follow this diagram. So let's connect here. Okay. Same connection. Okay. Same connection with the line side. But the reverse, this line 3 is connected the same with the line 3. Okay. And then this line 2 will be connected on the line 1. So to interchange. Okay. And then this line 1 will be connected into line 2. So in this case, the motor should reverse. Okay, let's turn on the circuit breaker. So this power, the green run button will serve as circuit breaker, three-phase circuit breaker. So when we turn on, you will notice that the current is flowing from here. So turning the stop button, indicating that the motor is not yet running. Okay. For now, let's push the forward start button. So when we start this light should off. Okay. You will notice that the forward motor is running. Okay. Our light indicator is also lighting, and then this contact for forward, normally close contact become normally open. So in this case, we cannot run the reverse at the same time while the motor is running in forward. And you will notice that the forward auxiliary contact normally close become open as well. So the stoplight will not glow, will not light, because there's no continuous flow of current from here going to here. Remember that the complete circuit should have a close contact, close loop circuit. So in this case, that's why it was lighting, and then the contactor is energized, because this circuit is closed loop. So from line 1 going to neutral, in this case connected here. Okay, you will notice that the push button is when you press, it will automatically come back into normally off in position. That's why we have provided a parallel connected normally open auxiliary contact coming from the main contactor. So when the main contactor is energized, this normally open contact will become closed. So in this case, we have to stop the motor, and then we have to stop first the motor before we reverse, because the motor will not automatically reverse, because the forward is also is already running. We cannot run it immediately in reverse. So you have to provide a series I think timer to make it works. If you wish to reverse it immediately without pressing the stop, in this circuit we have to push the stop first. Oh, you will see if we press this reverse, the reverse motor will not run because this forward is still open. So we have to press stop. Then let's press this reverse, and you will notice if the motor will reverse. Okay, you will notice that the motor rotation is now counterclockwise, and the current is flowing from here going to here, and then this contact is already reversed, already closed. So at the same scenario a while ago when the forward is running, so you will notice that the open contacts of the reverse contactor, the normally closed contact of the reverse contactor will open once this contactor is energized. So you cannot run forward at the same time with the reverse as well. You cannot that's why we have provided normally close contact in series with each other. So this one and this one will serve as safety interlocks, safety electrical interlocks. We have to stop and then forward again, and then the motor rotates clockwise, and then the current is flowing from here to here. Assuming that we have installed a trip button, a trip overload relay, when the motor has overload or fault and the overload will trip, we have to insert another trip light here, so for indication that the motor overload have trip. I think our simulation works properly given the circuit here. Thank you. Right. Okay, that's all. This is the simulated control given the diagram. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and click the notification button for more videos. Bye bye.